going to flow right through the AHS parking lot, so the traffic will be allowed to exit on Kinniburgh Road and then use that as an exit because of the school. So now that's going to increase the traffic on Kinniburgh Road.
Yeah,
We're
it is.
going to stop it so that we don't get the excess traffic going through the neighborhood and it goes to the main Kinniburgh Boulevard.
Yeah. So I think, so the intent of this design is so that you're coming in from the boulevard, actually exit from the boulevard. It's only when we're really maxed out on the parking and there's some overflow parking going on, people will be able to go onto the AHS parking lot.
Yeah. But is there a divider to stop those two parking lots? Is there a different level? Or
No, we'll use it for.
So
Yeah.
the average person will use that exit.
Yes, if they want to, they can do that. The way we designed it is that there's sufficient space for them to come into the plaza and leave the same way that they came in.
During school hours, that whole intersection is necessary.
Right.
And they already use the road as a cut through, doesn't make around the traffic.
So we did hear some concerns about parking on the actual boulevard, and that's why we went back to look at the AHS owners as well, and we came up with an agreement to allow us to actually use some of that space, so that we don't have any parking on the boulevard. The intent is
That's
that.
not my concern. My concern is the exiting on the Kinniburgh Road, leave because
You're
of the
right in, right out.
traffic.
That's how it was designed. Coming right in, right out.
But going back to your question, yes, we won't be able to stop someone going onto the road.
But it is in the next.
Yeah, it is.
What makes you think that the retail spaces are going to be successful? Like we've seen already retail spaces in more prime locations, let's say, where there's more traffic, be unsuccessful. Like particularly over by the Safeway, we've seen retail spaces that have gone up and they're out in maybe a few months. What makes you think that this will be successful, especially when you're more in an isolated area?
Correct. No, really good question. Yeah, I mean, we cannot guarantee anything in terms of the businesses, because that's their own businesses that they're running, and what happens in the economy, I mean, especially because we really affect world prices and all. However, with our model, as what I was saying earlier, there is a benefit of owning, and the benefit has shown that is about $20,000 to $30,000 of savings just because of lease rates, right? What owners are paying as a tenant, they'll be saving as an owner, which they can reinvest back in the business. They can actually pull that money and use it for their working capital. And it's a whole different financial model, which actually works really well for them. We cannot guarantee that they will sustain and they will be successful, but they got a better chance than if they were tenants.
So only owner tenants, not investment people buying and then renting out?
Yeah, that's right. So we really refrain from selling to investors, because what we really don't like is an investor come and own a bay and keep it empty. And then the next thing you know, we don't have any control on who is coming in. So one of the things I didn't mention earlier, which is, I'm glad this question is coming up, is we actually, before we hand over the development, we've also got a bylaws that we get registered for the city and all too. So all owners who actually come in, they will have to adhere to all those bylaws. And some of these bylaws include things like the way they have maintained the place as well. And also, for instance, cannabis. We're not allowing a cannabis store in here. That will be part of that bylaw. I know some people may like that, but a lot of people from the beginning are not happy about that. So, yeah, especially with the school being close by, not that the school kids will be allowed for anyways. But we do have bylaws that control a lot of these sort of things. Financially, we've seen the difference between owning and leasing, and that's why we feel that we're more comfortable. The other thing we do invite, which in our company we do, is we're very linked up with a lot of financial institutions as well, like CAT, TD, and RC, and we've got really good relationships with them. We also work with our buyers to make sure that their business plans are aligned with what's a realistic revenue that they're expecting in the community. So one thing we refrain our business owners from doing, which is not actually been part of our development, it's just because we want our customers to be successful, is we ensure that they don't hype the numbers out. They're not inflating these numbers. They're using realistic numbers and actually being conservative so that they can sustain themselves even when the economy goes down. So we do work with them there's a lot of background work that takes place to make sure these owners remain successful. Because their success will mean the community's success as well. When the taxes get paid, it helps everyone.
So if they fail, are they required to sell their property, or can they lease it out?
They can lease it out. Once again, the bylaws will protect who they're bringing in. And one thing we're also trying to avoid is having two of the same businesses, because it's not such a big community that you can have like 2-3 pizza stores, so you just need one. So that's why we try to sell to end users, what we call end users. End user is the person who's actually going to open the business. And that way we know what they're bringing in. If it's a pizza store, it's going to be a pizza store. Hairdressers, hairdresser. So that's why we do have investors who are ready to come in right now and buy the whole plaza. But we stay away from them because we want the end users. Because they will open what they're buying in the store for. Yeah. And we also try looking for people who are already established. So daycare who has like 2-3 daycares already, because they know the business, they can sustain it as well. And one location is a little bit slow for a little while, they can still sustain it as well. But yes, they can sell their day on. If they really suffer, they can sell their day on. But one thing they will have to do regardless is pay the property taxes and pay the condominium fees, whether the business is running or not. And those both things benefit, like property taxes obviously benefit the whole community and the city. But the condominium fees benefit the plaza because it maintains the plaza. All the landscaping will always be done, the snow removal will always be done. There will be well that you have broken down lamps that are not looked after for like 2-3 months, flickering lights. You don't get that sort of stuff. These property management companies are in place, they're going to maintain this, they're right on top.
Oh, that's part of the problem too, because it is that, because there's medical, they do their snow removal from 2 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning, which really doesn't help the residents either with the excessive noise, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now you increased it from 2 hours to probably 5 hours every night, so nobody's going to get it.
Right, so our property management companies that we hire, they work very closely with the businesses, but at the same time they with typical citywide standards. So we don't have garbage removal going on at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, which they do take place in typical commercial places because the parking lots are empty, so it's
And
easy.
it's far enough away from residential areas, unfortunately, there's too much, nothing we can do about snow removal in the middle of the night, so.
True. Yeah,
It's just going to last longer now, 2 hours, it's going to be 4 or 5 hours.
true, but I mean, we can only do what we do. I mean, what we try to mitigate so we don't have disturbances. In all our plazas right now, our garbage removal, snow removal is done in hours that don't disturb. And that you can do that in the property management company. So that's the other good thing is that, don't forget, if you're complaining as a customer to the business that you're going to, he will take that back up, or he or she will take that back up to the condominium board because he or she doesn't want to affect their own customers. Now there will be a change. It's not one landlord looking after the plaza saying, I don't really care what you say, I'm getting my lease. These are owners who do care about what you're saying, and they will make a change. So,
That's not true.
not just for one person, they will try to accommodate what they can. Anyone else?
I like your presentation. I think everything looks good. I like the site plan. How can we be sure what we see in the site plan now is what we're going to, what's going to actually be built?
Right. So
Because there's a hell of a history
yeah.
with not producing what's been promised.
Right. So what I can do, I mean, one thing is that I can show you projects where we have renditions in the past, and you can go and visit these sites where they're built better than what we shown in rendition, because when you see them in live, it's as we designed. But the other thing is that the city will be inspecting this too. It won't pass. We don't, this is all the exterior stuff. So we, even up to the landscaping, if we start moving trees around, we're going to go back to the city. We have to tell them, we have to build what we've said. That is, in the past, the history is they've not built what they've said. I don't know how.
Come on, all of these developments don't get finished. It won't look like that when it's done. I don't want to pick on you. I don't want to. It's not what I'm here for. But you know, that's a very valid question. It won't look like that. I missed the presentation because I thought it started at 7. So, but I can guarantee you, I'll bet you $100 it doesn't look like that when it's done. So there's a history, not with your developments, with all of these small developments. It's what happens.
I could say one thing in
Yes.
Paresh's favor. Since he came in, we did not have any relationship before, but we have been working with him, for the last 6 months, and his always interest is, to see how best he could do this project. And, so far he's been completely on our side, which is a great thing for architects to have an owner, developer who is coming and trying to build, which has got a vision and finally gets built. So that's much I could tell about Paresh. But in addition to that, I need to add something that I would most welcome to come and visit some of my projects, of our projects, of our whole team that we have designed. That whatever we have designed, almost to 95, 97%, varying 2-3%, which was not doable because of either economics or site constraints or other strategies that we have to change, but we have done exactly as we have designed.
Wonderful, and very helpful.
You're more than welcome to come and visit. I've taken 2-3 sites in Calgary, and Paresh has seen some of those projects, and that's how we do. And probably that is one of the reasons that he has hired us, that we like to see it through, and we try to see that he gets the best product, and our projects, if you go to our website, you could look at every community that we have worked. We have created a very good product for the community.
Wonderful.
That's what we try to do, and that's our biggest asset, is that we are always listening to what people are saying. Today, somebody raised an issue about noise coming up from, the car, cleaning and the driving system. And we told them that, I may not have the exact decibels in my pocket that I could tell them that is 120 decibels or 80 decibels that it
Right.
produces. But we will be able to compensate that issue when we go to design. And I'll probably work with, Paresh to achieve that. So we try to achieve that one, and we'll see how best we could, come up with this project. But I guarantee you that Paresh is online. I'll be able to deliver this project pretty close to what you have seen.
I'm looking forward to it. So I obviously missed a lot of the presentation, as in, I think, let's call it all of it. Is that fair? Okay. So if nobody else has anything pressing, can I just ask a couple of questions which you might already know, and you guys can roll your eyes and throw things at me? Is that okay? So just very briefly, can you explain your relationship to Prime, to the Phase 1 guys? And also, can you go over, please, I think there's 6 or 7 exceptions: no queuing, businesses, no pot, no alcohol, blah blah blah. Can you just go over those 2 items for me, please? And if you've already gone over them, I'm sorry.
You're talking about the uses?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so under the DC guidelines, all the uses which are permitted, all our uses that we have chosen, like we got retail, we got medical, we got pharmacy,
Yeah.
we got childcare, everything is included, and only issue which is discretionary is the car wash. So
Okay.
we have included that one, that is a kind of a requirement that, which is something that they found out, it's a requirement for the town, there's a demand for it.
Understood. But I thought there were, and again, I didn't read the documentation. I was simply told that there were 6 or 8 items, like pot stores, and relative to the school, it's clearly a good idea. Things like that. There are a number of businesses that are specifically excluded. That
So we have not used any of those.
right. But can you describe what those were?
The ones which are excluded.
Yeah, the ones that were excluded. Do you
I
have?
have to pick up that,
Oh, if you don't off the top of your head, it's fine. I just thought you might know, and it might have been a point of discussion.
I can't remember every item.
Okay, no, I thought there was a relatively small list.
Yeah, cannabis is excluded.
Cannabis is included. Oh, is excluded. Positive, negative. All right. And can you explain your relationship, Prime? Thank you so much.
We're just purchasing the land from them.
Yeah.
You're just buying the land from Prime. You don't have anything to do with them?
Done a subdivision of the lot.
So this is a complete legislative process.
Oh, thank you so much.
It shows the permitted and the discretion.
What's the difference between the legal pot store and the liquor store? And the whole thing now, it's both the same thing. You're allowing the liquor store and not the pot store. But both are the same, basically, over 18, but you're not
basically, this is just based on feedback from some of the committee members, right? The
But everybody, well, a big portion of people were against the car wash, but that's still there.
Well, a lot of people actually came back to us in favor of the car wash, and that's how we actually incorporated it. That wasn't our original plan, it's because we got a lot of feedback who was supporting the car wash, and that's actually wanted to need. Yeah, community needed it, that's all, the information we got, that's what we got. We also got the information that they were not in favor of a cannabis store. So,
But that legally can't say, okay, liquor store is okay, but even though this is legal, they have grounds to fight that in.
yeah, sure, I mean, legal, we're not saying legally,
You can't say
it's
that
just
they
what,
can't.
and that's why we are trying to put in what feedback we've got from the community. We're not, and this is not a guarantee what we are selling or not selling, this is what we're trying to bring in what we're hearing from the community as a majority of the people. And some people have complained about certain of the businesses or not, you know, but we went with the majority of information we had. Car wash was not as part of our original plan, but we got a lot of overwhelming response saying, yes, we want a car wash. We went back to Mr. Datta's team and said, can you somehow put in a small, discreet little car wash in there that serves the majority of the responses
Was
that we
that
get?
people that live in, right?
Yes,
Not
people
that
live in-
parking lot?
Yeah, from
Was that
Kinniburgh.
people are-
But it was an open survey to people from Kinniburgh, yeah.
So really, you can't, other than whatever is in city bylaws, say what person's gonna put in there.
But there are rules. I mean, people can't just come and put anything. I mean, the
Also,
city
if the
has.
city says these are allowed within those
Yes,
areas.
oh yeah, yeah, so if the city has allowed it and their discretionary use, then yes, they are allowed to do it.
That's a good thing, yeah. Sorry, just to drive it on the prime thing, so you're just buying the land from them, you have no financial links with them, no family relations with them, no,
We might do it. So Prime is not a subdivision of the lot, and we purchased. the lot.
okay. And does the phase 2 development affect phase 1 other than the parking lot linkage? Is there any changes to phase 1 that are existing that are going to be tied in, other than obviously the parking?
And then I think the drainage,
It's a drainage.
Sure, that makes sense.
Will be just,
Yeah.
that is a civil engineer.
But no structural changes or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
no, we have
No
nothing to do.
landscaping changes either, because right now there's a green space.
The landscaping is up to that point, up to their subdivision line, they will be developing, and that portion will be remaining as, connected with our
Okay,
site.
so the curb and all the grass and trees and shrubs that are dividing those two properties will
Yeah.
remain.
We will be looking at that one as we go to the working details, actual, development, so that we get to merge and, really
So then it's that
interconnect very
property will
problems,
change.
yes. And that's what already we looked at in concept, but will be further detail will be developed as we get some more details of the engineering. Because the grades and everything will be, determined, and then we will have, the boulevards and, landscaping buffers and all that.
Oh, yeah.
They'll remove the landscaping buffer that's there right now.
Yeah, it is actually very clearly shown on our landscape plan.
So do you own that other property then?
No,
No.
that's.
Phase 1 is prime, phase 2 is vibe.
So Prime, yeah, basically Prime did a subdivision with the city, and we purchased the lot, just the lot.
Okay, so you don't have any holdings on the landscape
No,
on that other property?
we don't. So our property management company won't be managing what
Yes.
Prime has. That's- The only thing we have is that shared access of parking, that's about it.
Okay, so then all that green stuff, green space and trees and shrubs on that side will remain?
Yes, they have to maintain and go do what they.
Okay, so you guys are only putting in taking part of it away to make a drive to access that parking lot?
No, and I think in one of the plans you can actually see, right, where we're gonna connect with the lot.
Yeah.
As you see on the, if you look at the second picture, I think on the left-hand side, you can see how we're gonna merge in with them.
So then you are going to need their landscaping.
They don't have any landscaping there.
So they have a green space above the 8-foot with trees and
That
everything.
is kind of,
Going right along the property, that's fine.
So that, if there is something like that that's on our land, then we will be removing that. If it's on their land, we won't be removing that other than where the access is. So we'll keep in place whatever they have. I mean, we can't touch their stuff, so.
Well, I can't see it putting in the curb there without, right?
Yeah, I don't know which curve, I'm not sure what landscape it has. Every time I've seen it, it's been rough space, and the grass hard.
Your
So I
part's,
can get my own land.
your part's the rough space, and there's that safety fence right now, and there's grass, and there's a curb that curves their parking lot, that goes
Okay.
right
Okay.
around the whole.
Yeah, so we won't be touching that. We won't be touching their land. It's only up to ours. And it's where they have openness, we're going to be merging our properties. We got, I think, 3 axes.
Show the landscaping plan right here. You know, I could show you the landscaping plan once we're done.
So, sorry, you said that you would possibly merge the landscaping? You guys have in your drawings more than what's already there. So the drawings that you guys are submitting for development, those are those drawings right there?
Yeah, those are those, and that's what we will put. And our drawings do show where we will merge with them. Now, if they have grass or something on the other side of their land, where we are merging, they will have to remove that because that's how we have access. But what they do in between that, we can't tell them what to do.
And on the drawing, it says, I live on Kinniburgh Road. On the drawing, it says that there is going to be a fence backing on to residences on Kinniburgh Road. And it says maximum, or it says max or minimum 152 millimeters. That's only half a foot. Is that true?
1.5 meters.
Okay, I thought it said millimeters on the drawing.
We like to keep it 1500 showing that, you know, so that sometimes we confuse people. But anyway,
Okay,
That's 1.5 meter
so
minimum.
1.5 meters.
1.5
Minimum.
millimeters.
So as a resident, the ownership structure of it's really none of my business, but can you, but I was a little surprised just from what I've got here that you'll be selling off the bays as condos. If you don't want to answer this, that's fine, because it's really not my business, but just curious. How will you, what I'm thinking is the Horizon Mall out at, it's just been a train wreck, right? And that will eventually probably be converted to something else over time because it doesn't look like it's going to survive. It doesn't look like it's going to pick up. So something's going to happen to it. In your case, this development seems small enough that if a third of the businesses go in as investors, try to flip it, whatever they tell you and us is irrelevant, right? The guy signs a lease, buys it, he buys it. There's not much you can do to stop him. In fact, you're probably legally prohibited from stopping him, right? Guy writes a check. The first guy with the check is the right guy.
This current economy, nobody could predict anything.
I'm sorry, what's that?
The current economic situation,
Yeah.
nobody could predict anything.
Yeah.
But, the size of the project is such that it is not oversized.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
quite
think
small.
it is a very doable project. from
Yeah, yeah.
my point of view, and to lease it, this size, I think it should be okay.
Okay, so
I think I'm sure that we have done the homework.
I guess where I was going with that was, and again, it's none of my business, but I'm just curious. Why did you decide to go that route rather than the traditional buy it, lease up, flip it in 2 years to somebody else, Rio Can or whoever?
Established since we began.
That's just the way you do. Oh, okay, good, okay, interesting.
So in the long term, maybe it gives you much better, longevity. If you could keep on holding on to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure,
We don't have the financial ability to
sure. And I suppose you could still flip it into a REIT at some point.
This is how, when they don't take care, like they're just an example, the intention of selling and buying.
Yeah.
And after they leave, they don't take care of the property, the property lies
Right.
messy and dirty everywhere. They put up the signage wherever they
Yeah.
can, so all those things. are-
See, once you have the ownership feeling, like you got a pride of place.
Yeah.
That comes in.
Well, I'm not even suggesting it's a bad idea, it's not what I expected.
I think that's what his model is talking about.
Okay.
And I think it makes everybody, kind of accountable.
Yeah, you're more accountable.
And if it hasn't been covered already in depth, do you have a rough timeline, like your rough schedule?
Rough schedule, we're hoping to be, when we
We want to be in July, we start, we should
Shovels in the ground in July? Right, okay.
be done by 2021.
By 2021? Okay. Wonderful.
Weather dependent.
Do you have, and again, probably not my legal business, but just curious, do you have any leases already signed?
So that's the thing, we do have a lot, we're not leasing, we're selling.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I misspoke. So you do already have it leased up, but rent is sold up?
We do have potential clients, but we're not selling until we have in place. And
Okay.
we're not legally selling.
Are you is it within your discretion at this point to say who those businesses are?
Yeah, we can tell you some of the businesses that are interested in coming in. We haven't.
Has it been disclosed already? Because I don't want to take up everybody's time. No. Okay, so would you mind telling us what type of businesses are already expected to go in?
Yes.
And I don't mean the pie in the sky. We're going to have a pharmacy. The health center is going to triple in size, which it should, but it's just not going to happen. So what do you think?
What we think.
Yeah.
This is not what we have
What's your best shot?
Our best shot. We've got daycare.
Daycare, yeah.
We've got daycare. We've got convenience store for sure. That we
Okay.
Because the community is overwhelming.
Yeah, everybody wants a convenience store, yeah.
So we've got every convenience store, coffee
Yeah.
shop, daycare, medical, pharmacy.
Are any of these large brands, like the seven? Let's go to the convenience store because that's the easiest one. Are we talking? Oh my God, what's it called? Circle K now is a Canadian brand, but
Yeah, we've got the Wings, Circle K, Mac, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, which is I
Well,
can't remember their name, but yeah.
the seller we will sell to, they will be working where they want to bring in.
Okay.
But typically for a convenience store, we've seen that people do like to see like a slight brand, like the
Yeah.
Circle K or the Wings or the Max and then.
Yeah, Couche-Tard, that's where I was going to
Yeah,
get to.
yeah.
Yeah, one of their brands.
But
and-
now pizza, so that means it doesn't have to be a franchise.
Sure.
So maybe want to start their own pizza joint up.
Understood.
But it may even be a franchise,
Okay.
like a Domino's or
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. What, I couldn't hear you. Sorry. What was that?
Well, he just finished saying they wanted to make sure that there wasn't leaking pits or anything. We've already got it.
within our plaza.
There's gonna be another.
Yeah, within our plaza, within our complex, our plaza, we won't duplicate. Now, what we're trying also,
But you're gonna go up the pizza place that's already there.
Pizza Light.
That I don't think that anybody could control. Like you could have a restaurant and another restaurant.
Yeah. If Domino's wants to open up, they want to open up, and if Pizza Light wants to expand or jump to your facility,
That's right.
it's what it is. When leases up, leases
We're not
up.
trying to steal, we will be mindful of that, but the pizza one is a bit of a, franchise pizza is something that we've been hearing from the community that they'd like to see a Domino's, or they'd like to see a home delivery pizza service.
Okay.
It's a bit closer, they don't have to wait too long to get it.
But to be clear, at this point, you're not willing to disclose any specific businesses, like a
We haven't
Couche-Tard.
Specific, that's one.
If he has got the sign one, then he probably will.
I'm happy to disclose it if it's fine.
Okay.
But we don't actually.
I wasn't
sign.
suggesting you being sneaky. I just wanted to know.
No, that's fine.
To clarify.
So that's the other thing with us. We want to be transparent.
Sure.
We are transparent. We take pride in that. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not hiding anything. So anything we do, we will be transparent. If you want to pick the phone, call us. We'll tell you anytime.
Okay.
If there's something wrong that someone doesn't agree with, we'd like to hear about it. You know, we're all ears. You know,
Okay.
we're trying to do the right thing. And we're not trying to sneak behind and cut someone's business. We know there's a dental in the other elderly health building.
Yeah.
So we're trying to stay away from meeting dentists in this building.
Right.
Pizza is a different one because pizza, we've got a lot of people coming to us for pizza.
Sure.
That's not.
You can also have 3 of them in a row,
So
and they all survive.
it's what people are asking for. It's what,
Yeah.
what the demand is. The intent here is not to wipe out the other.
Right.
I mean, they've been really good to us. Brian's been very good with us.
Yeah.
You know, they've helped us quite a lot in getting this done.
Okay.
So
How do you manage the garbage?
we have a different garbage system. There's a
Yeah, we are using a roll-out system, which goes underground, so they are very nicely designed. And they are not like in a recycling area, so it's very well located, and they are in larger bins that they go underground. So if they come, just pick it up, and then we have an enclosed area in hard to see.
Sorry, I guess I should have been a little more specific. Not necessarily garbage, but litter. So, like, for example, if you have a convenience store, invariably you're gonna have people that eat your chocolate bar, drink a slush, fill a cup
throw it
of
outside. Yeah. So there'll be garbage bins outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any of the other strip malls in Chestermere, because they have to sort through that because the recycling bylaw, so nobody puts a garbage can outside. If you look at the AHS building, there's not one single outside garbage can for a person. People just leave things sitting outside. Who wants to be responsible for storing through recycling?
And as an owner, I wouldn't want garbage outside my unit, right, outside my unit. Like,
But then the garbage people will not pick it up.
management company. So that's,
Who's gonna sort through the recycling part and the garbage part? That's why there's no garbage.
the property management company has a separate contract for big cleaners who come and clean the building, and they pick up the garbage from the smaller bins. And then you have the garbage removal company who comes from the big ones. And that's something we've done in all our classes. There's small garbage bins outside, they're maintained by the property management companies. But there's smaller cleaning companies that clean the garbage through the back.
Yes, I understand that, but, okay, there's gonna be dog feces going in there, there's gonna be plastics, there's gonna be something I just took out of my car, now who's gonna actually sort that?
I don't believe Chestermere has a bylaw for it. I think for commercial, I think for commercial, there is no separation
Because I know in Calgary, they're setting theirs.
as of this year. They're just doing it now. Okay, sorry, I missed the question. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question. What was the question? No, your question, sir?
No, I'm just telling him that those little garbage bins can have a combo, where it has, it has 3 times. So you can just put the trash in the right spot.
You could, but
Trash, yeah.
Waste, and you got other garbage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's three distinct,
Sure.
It's a 3-in-1. So,
that's what it is.
yeah.
So it's all perishable, recycling,
Sure.
all separated out.
but I don't think Chestermere has a bylaw that requires commercial to have it. And Calgary's comes into effect, I think it's January 1st. So I think it just came into effect now. I don't know that, but you guys probably have more to say on it, so.
Garbage.
Doesn't make any difference. It's a separate contract. It's a whole separate situation. Yeah, it's like saying we get our water from them, but we control our own water separately. Same thing with the garbage. So,
But it's easier if it comes in a combo, and you just put it in the
Sure.
right spot. That way it's
Yeah,
done.
there'll be three distinct, split areas, and there'll be, like either weekly, depending on the management company, that how they set it up. Either it'll be a weekly removal or bi-weekly, depending on the overall volume, and depending on what size. So we have designed for it, and it will be further design, when we go to the working lines, that will be exactly located, which receptacle what goes in. And there'll be three distinct, one for recycling, one for, perishable, and others.
Personally, so I actually like your design. I live right in front of where you're planning on doing this. So my home is just right on the side. If the light's gonna affect anyone, it's gonna affect me because my home is right there. But I actually like to have something there as opposed to having the open field. My question for you is now, I like the car wash, so I don't have to go find somewhere else to wash my car. So will you be putting up, regardless if all of your bays are sold or not, will you still be completing it as you have it on the picture? And what do we have to hold you accountable for all of that?
Yeah, so we developed this as a whole project. We're not doing
Regardless.
individual bays, right?
I
So
know.
this is one big building, one big project as far as we're concerned. So whether we sell the 2-3 bays or don't sell, we will still put up the whole building.
but you'll be finishing just the exterior and the slab, correct?
That's-
You won't be
yes.
partitioning or,
Yeah,
It is the base building that they'll be complete.
yeah,
Base
okay.
building.
So it will just remain empty?
Yeah, some bays may just remain empty and they may still be with us until we sell them.
Until the buyer comes in.
Is the car wash directly with you?
Yes, so right now, everything is.
No, I know, the building itself, but the car wash, is that gonna be your project? Like, you're the one owning it?
We are thinking that we might just hold on to the car. That might be one project that we might hold on to. Typically, so far, we've not held on to any units within our projects that we have done in the past, other than one office where we are situated and based. But this is, we strongly feel that Kinniburgh and the way it's developing is going to be a great success, and we truly believe in this project to the point that we ourselves want to invest into the project. I may be a separate company that will set up and work on something.
So you're interested in unloading, well, unloading is a terrible way to word that. So you are interested then in selling, you're going to build a car wash regardless, is what it boils down to, is that correct?
We build in two parts, one will be building A and building B.
Understood.
There are two buildings. And
Yeah.
How the phasing will be done, that we at the construction stage will make a decision.
Okay.
He has not made that decision yet, because once everything gets sorted out, from construction point of view.
Permits
how
and-
coming to the site from the contractor's point of view, that will decide.
Okay,
We build one shot, like it will not be phased out. So he will start, building A and
Two buildings, one phase.
Yeah,
everything will be
at the end
done.
of the day, it's one.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we've done projects in Asia where we have 3 separate buildings, but actually in Savannah we have 4 separate buildings as well, but the possession was the same.
You just want the trades to move through, right?
Everyone was
Sure.
at the same time. That's the
To your point about the car wash, though, do you own any other car washes?
No.
No, okay, so this is something that if somebody, that as it stands today, your vision is 2 years from now, you would most likely own the car wash yourself, unless somebody came in and pitched you on it and said, hey, well, I'll develop it or take it over, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I just want to clarify.
I mean, we haven't decided 100%.
Understood. I don't want to put words in your mouth or make a commit to something. I'm
But
just,
it sounds like a.
that's the logical, okay. Do you own any businesses in your current lease,
No,
not lease
we're
ups?
developers, so that's what we do, we just develop.
Sure, okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Questions?
I'd like to take a moment just to speak. I'm the land development manager for Kinniburgh South residential community just down here. And we're here today to express we want to see this project go through. We think East Chestermere has for quite some time lacked this type of retail space and commercial development. And from what we hear from most of our residents, this will enhance the community overall and the east side of Chestermere that is lacking a lot
Services.
of types of services. And from what I hear, not to diminish or neglect anyone's concerns, I think through appropriate design and planning, all of these can be mitigated. And I mean, that's very much why we're here today, right? To hear everyone's concern. We've had the opportunity to meet with 5 developments and met with the architect today, and can say with my own good faith that they're very trustworthy and transparent individuals. So
I'm sorry, because of the background, I missed, and my hearing's also terrible, so I missed who you were with?
I represent the land development partners of Kinniburgh South.
Okay, Kinniburgh South, so yes, got it, thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm sorry, you were saying that, I didn't mean to be rude,
Do you have any questions? You know, anytime, if you missed anything now, you know, still feel free to give us a call.
but it never ends.
Yeah, just give us a call, we'll have our contact details and all that. Right? Once again, we want to thank you all for the time. Thank you very much. And we really do appreciate you coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's just take a walk over and take a look at some of the stuff. I'm sorry?
In regards to crime, I had a question.
Yes?
That you asked.
I know a little bit about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you finish, we
Yeah, let me just
Yeah.
wrap this up because I've got a couple people watching from afar that just want to take a look because they physically couldn't make it tonight, out of province.
Okay.
So people in Regina just can't get here. So
So I can take our time and look at it.
it makes it easier. I'm just streaming it for literally a couple people can't make it. So I said I'll show up for them and they're just watching it from out of province because they can't get here. What's that? Sorry, say that again? Yes? Oh, sure. Yeah. Hi. Thank you.
That's why at North Sea liquor stores all of a sudden they're not permitted.
Thanks for that. I've got a couple people that are out of province.
Sure, yep.
That are in Saskatchewan and can't attend, so I said I'll live stream it for them.
Sure.
But I thought this was at 7 p.m., so that's very poor. In fact, I searched yesterday when I heard about this for half an hour, checking the city of Chestermere, checking the Anchor. I couldn't find any announcements on it at all. So I was quite surprised to find. Oh, don't let me interrupt you. Going around you. Sorry.
All right. The one that is already.
Yes.
That's not the one.
Which one? You're not allowed to take pictures.
Well, that's
No, I'm
unfortunate.
just kidding.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, the fence that needs to be inside the property.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, right?
Yeah, so 6 inches inside.
Right.
It's a,
I think they were thinking about the
that's not the height.
the height. That's right.
That's not the height.
That's what it looks like.
That's
I
better.
went over here and I said,
That's all.